This lesson is going to be a bit long, so if you know how to integrate a template and you would just like to skip it to start using Vue and Laravel, then I'll leave a link in the description and you can skip to that. With that said, let's start. So this is the template that we are going to be integrating, and I have it in my GitHub. So I'll leave a link in the description so that you can go ahead and clone it. I've already cloned it and I have it here. I've opened it in the live server. This is our homepage. Then in our homepage, if you click on this one, it takes you to the single blog page, and everything here is static. So when you go to blog page, we have all the blog posts, and at the bottom we have pagination. Then here we have the about page, then the contact page, and that's it. So let's go ahead and use this in our Laravel and Vue.js. So I'll go to the template, which I have it opened here, and go to index, and then I'll check in the head. We have this code that is repeated, the font awesome link in every file. So I'll grab it, then go to our application, and then here I'm going to paste it. Then after that, I'll go to app.view. And so remember we said that this root component should be rendered regardless of the page that you are visiting. So we can think of this as our layout. So I'll go to the template, and we can see that in every page we have this sidebar, no matter what page you are on, and we have this footer and this footer. So we can grab that and use that as our layout. So I'll go to the template, then I'm going to grab, so here you see we have this div with the ID of wrapper, and then we have JavaScript at the bottom. So we are not going to grab the JavaScript, we are going to recreate that using Vue. So for now, what I'll do, I'll grab this, and then I'm going to edit it to just grab what we want to use as our layout. So I'll go to my code here and replace everything here. So let's see, we have a header at the top. So header is not there in every page, so I'll remove that. We can't use that as our layout. The sidebar is present in all the pages, we can use that as our layout. Then you have this menu button. Let me show you that menu button. So if I come here and reduce the screen size, we have this menu button, which when you click on it, it shows the overlay, and when you click on it, it hides the overlay. And by the way, the JavaScript code that we saw is to implement the logic to show and hide this overlay. So we need that menu button because it's in every page. So I'll come here, back here, we'll keep that. Then the main tag, this is where we have the content, the main content. So like if we come to, let me expand this, this is let's go to homepage. So you can see that this is the main tag. So inside there we have the content, which if you go to another page, it's different. You go to another page, it's different. So we cannot use that as our layout. So we are going to remove everything inside the main tag. And so inside here is where we are going to render components depending on the page visited. So for example, if you go to /about, we want to render the about component in there. If you go to /single blog post, we want to render that blog post there. So then I'll check the footer, it's there in every page, so I'll keep it. I'll just add a semicolon here to clear the error, and then save. Let's see how that looks like. So we go to the browser, and here is our page. We refresh, and yeah, it's working, but we don't have the CSS. So let's go ahead and add that. So I'll go to resources, where is it? Resources, CSS, app.css. So then go to the template, then styles, grab that, then paste it in our application. So I'll paste it here. Now we have the CSS, but our entry point is not aware of that CSS, so we need to import it. So import CSS, and the file is app.css, then save. Let's see that in the browser, and now it's working. We have our sidebars. So now we need to create the components to be rendered when you visit, for example, the blog page, the component that we want to render here. So let's go ahead and create those components. So I'll come here, JS. I'll create a folder called pages. You don't have to call it pages. Then home.view. Then in here, I'm going to say template. Then h1, and I'll say homepage. Copy that. Let's create the other pages. So we can say about.view. Paste that, change that to about to be about page. Then let's create another one that is contact.view. Paste it. Then here we will say contact page. Let's create another one, single blog page, single blog.view. You can say that is single blog page. Single blog page. And another one that is blog.view. Then here we can say blog page. This should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are good. So now we have our pages. For us to be able to navigate between those components, we need to use view router, because remember, we disabled the Laravel routing, so it cannot control the route. It will always return the route component. So we need the view router to take over. So we are going to install view router. So go to your terminal and run this command to install it. Then after that, let's go to our JS and let's configure our routes. So I'll come here, I'll create a folder and I'll call it router. Then inside it, I'll create a file by the name index.js. So where is it? Yeah, there we go. Then I'm going to copy some code here and I'll explain what is happening. So I'll copy that, come back here and paste that and save. Let me now walk you through. So we are from view router, we are importing the create router method and create web history method, and we will see at the bottom what those two do. Then we are importing the components that we created, so about, from, pages, about, view. Then we're importing the rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the ones that we created. Then here we are going to create our routes. So it takes an array and objects. So in this object, the first property we have is defining the URL that we visit. So if you go to our domain, root domain, then /, we should load a component by the name home, and then we are giving that route a name. You can think of it as the route names in Laravel. So we are doing the same for the other pages, only that for the single blog page, it's slightly different and it works differently. So here we are saying go to /blog, then you have this colon, then slug. What this means is that when you go to /blog, then / whatever you want to provide here, it can be any characters, then we should load these components. And then whatever you pass here, so let's say for example you go to /blog, then first post, so it should load this component, and then whatever we pass here will be saved in a variable called slug. So that's what is happening there. Then we have this props set to true. We will see what that does later, so don't worry about that for now. Then at the end, to create our router, we use the create router method that we imported, and inside it we pass the history property, and then we define what we want here. So we are using the create web history that we imported, and that is to make our URL look good. Then we are also importing the routes that we've created, which are these ones here. Then we are exporting the router. Now it's ready. That's how we configure the router. So now we need to use it in our application. So go to app.js, and to use it we will first import it. So import router from router, then index.js. You don't need to specify that if the name is index.js. Then here we need to use it in our application, and we'll just say use, and then here we'll pass the router that we want to use, that we have imported, then save. So let's go ahead and test this and see if it will work. But before we test it, there's one more thing we need to do. So let's go to app.view, Control P, app.view. So here, how do we render those components dynamically? We use router view. So router view. So what happens is when you go to, for example, /about, so this page will be loaded. Then the router will check for us what we have passed in the URL. So if you go to /about, it will check and see, oh, okay, you want to go to /about. It will go to index.js, and it will check, do we have that URL? And yes, we do. So it will render this component. Where's our app? It will render that component where we have this router view. So if you go to about page, we have a layout, then you render the about component. You go to contact page, we load the layout, and then inside here we load the contact page. So let's save, let's test that and see if it's working. So I come here, let's have it back to what it was. So that is homepage, it's working. It's /blog. Blog is not working, it's giving us blog.html, blog. No, it's working, sorry. So we go to contact, it's working. We go to blog, then / anything that you want, and you get single blog page. So it's working. Let's make these links work using using view router, because now when you click, it's using anchor tag, and you can see that the page is refreshing, and we don't want that. So let's go to the sidebar, and by the way, if you want, you can extract these ones. You have another component of sidebar, then import it here for this button and the footer, but I'll leave it the way it is for this tutorial. So let's go to the sidebar, sorry, not cyber. Then let's grab this, actually cut it. Then we want to use the router link. So router link here, router link. Then here, when you click on the home, text, we want it to go where? So we want it to go to, we will use route name. Want it to go to name, and the route name is home. Then let's grab this and do the same thing for the second link, which is supposed to go to blog. So paste that, then replace home with the blog. Okay, let's do it for about page and replace home with about. Then let's do it for contact, and then let's replace this with contact. Save. Let's see if that's working, and then let's add a semicolon here to clear that error and come back. So home, we get home page. You have a problem here. Let's see what is happening there. So blog link, we need to remove. We have two LIs. Remove that. I think that should work. Let's see that. Yeah, we're good. So blog page, about page, contact page, and we are good. So that is working. So now what we want to do is that we want this homepage to have the HTML from the template, that is. So let's go to the template. Okay, where is our template? Here we go. So that should be index. Then let's go to the main. Where's the main? Here we go. Grab everything inside it. That's the end. Copy. Go to home. Here we go. Paste everything. Then save. Let's see that in the browser, and it's working, but we don't have the images. So let's go ahead and import, copy the images from the template. So there we go. Go to public folder, public, and paste your images. Then let's see, refresh. There we go, we have our images. So in the home page, I believe we have something else. So let's go to the template, and when you scroll up, we have the header, which is at the top. So copy it back to the template, then at the top we have the header. Save it. Let's see if that's working. Yeah, and we are good. We've integrated that. So let's go to blog page, go to the template. Can actually close this. Where's our template? Here it is. Blog. Go to the main. So this is what we have inside the main tag. We continue, and we see we also have this footer inside the main tag, but I'll not grab it because we already have it in our layout. So I'll copy this, then to our app, that was blog. Inside here I'll paste that, then save. Then let's see. Yeah, it's working. All blog posts, and we are good. So let's do the same for contact page. We go to the template, contact, here we go. Then where's the main section? Here. So this is what we have inside the main section. Copy it. Then that is contact. Paste it there. Save. Let's see how it looks like. Good. It's working. Nice. So let's work on the single blog post. So that was when you go to /blog and /anything, you get single blog post. So let's go to that in the template, single blog. Then let's check out main. Here's our main. We have this section. We'll grab let's see, we have a lot than that. Grab this as well. So this is what we have inside the main. Come here, back to our application, single blog, paste that, then save. Let's see. Yeah, it's working, but now we don't see the image. And that's because whenever you go to /blog, then you go to another level, you need to go to where you are fetching the image. So let's go here. So this is where we are displaying the image. You need to add a / here to start from the root domain. So I'll select everything that has images and pick and select all of them, and then I'll add a / here, and that should work. Yeah, so everything that has, no, it did not select everything. Let's do that again. So anything that has images and pick, select all. Yeah, they're selected. Okay, so let's just do images / to grab everything. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, everything is selected. / does it help? Yeah, everything now has that / to start from the root domain. Let's see that. Yeah, now it's working. It's all working. So if you're using Laravel, in that case you need to use the asset function for this to work. So that's it. Yeah, I think that's okay. One more thing is when we click refresh, when we click on this, we need it to take us to the single blog post, but now it's not. So let's fix that. So I'll come here and go to home.view, then benefits. Yeah, this is where we need to do that. So we need to replace that anchor tag with a router link. So router link, then copy this text, then after that paste it. Then here we'll say to where do we want it to go. So the route name, and the route name was I don't remember it. Let's check it out. Index.js was /blog /slug, and the name is single blog. So come here, single blog. Then next we need to specify params. It's an object, and here we need to pass the key that we passed here. So this was slug, right? And remember I told you this is whatever you pass here will be saved in this variable slug. So we need to come here and say, so params slug, that slug should be equal to what? So in our case, we will hard code this, but later we will get the slug dynamically. So I'll paste this, and then I'll use the hyphens to make it a slug. So now what you're saying is when you go to /blog, then the next let's come here, the next thing, which is slug, we've now specified it here. The slug should be benefits of getting COVID-19 vaccination. So now when you go to where are we? Yeah, when you go to /blog, now the slug will be benefits of whatever we've specified there. So let's see if that will work. come back and let's go to home. Let's click on this. Yeah, and look at the top. So benefits of getting vaccination. So initially the from the router it reads like this. So now we are saying this lag, which is a variable, should now be equal to whatever we passed there, and that's why we get this. Yeah, so I think we are done. I don't think there is anything left. Oh yeah, we need to give some feedback so that when a user is on blog page, at least let's give some feedback here for them to know that they are on the blog page. So with that, what we will do, I will inspect this, and you'll notice something. So if I go to, so here are my links. So like this one is for the home link, and this is the blog link. So notice now in here where we have home link, notice that we don't have any class, but whenever I go to home, we get this link exact active class is added, and this another one, we have router link active and router link exact active added. Then the blog now doesn't have, the blog path doesn't have any class, but whenever I click on it, so when we are on that link, that class is added. So we can use that class to style the link however we want. So what I'll do, I'll come here, CSS, and I'll grab this. So router link active. So this is the class that we've seen that is added whenever the link is active. So come back home, go to our CSS, and then at the bottom, I'm going to add this. So what you're saying is that whenever that class is active, add a background color, then the color of the text, make it white, then you have some padding and a border radius, and that's it. So save. Let's see that it's working. Yeah, so we go to about page. So now the user knows where they are. We go to home page, blog page, and I noticed like the about page is not working. Contact page, we did not implement this, so let's implement it now. Go to the template, about page. So here is what we have in the main tag. Go back to the application, then about, here we go. Let's paste that, save, go back to the browser, and yes, it's working, it's good. I think we've covered everything I wanted us to cover. There is something we've forgotten, I've forgotten, that is not you. We can always cover it in the next episodes. So that's it for this lesson. See you in the next one. Cheers.